do yourself a favor and go check out the latest episode of the Fitz and Whit podcast with special guest Sean McVay, where they discuss all things life, family, and of course, Rams football. They reminisce on great memories together, give high praise to Cooper Kupp, and briefly discuss his trade situation, and of course, provide some much needed clarity on what the hell is going on with Matthew Stafford. Typically, when we hear Sean McVay address things related to the team, trades, roster, etc., he usually provides very little detail and gives a very robotic, corporate-like response to everything. However, when he sat down with Big Whit and Fitzmagic, he was fully transparent and let his guard down a bit and really provided much more detail in all of this stuff that we have been looking for over the last few weeks. The whole vibe felt like three dudes just having a few beers and shooting the shit, which is exactly what we've been looking for. One important quote he said was, "There's no discrepancy on us wanting him to continue to lead the way and be our quarterback." But he also said that they are currently evaluating what is best for the Rams' success, not just in the short term, but also in the long term. Now, quickly addressing his statement on evaluating the Rams' long-term success. Right there, Sean McVay is doubling down on the fact that he will be sticking around for a while. Sean McVay is making it clear that he is not just here to get another quick Super Bowl ring with Matthew Stafford and then ride off into the sunset and go into broadcasting. No, he plans on remaining the Rams head coach for a long time, even after Stafford moves on, whenever that may be. Sean McVay is heavily invested in the Rams' long-term success. And as a Rams fan, that makes me very happy to hear, because Sean McVay is the most important person in the Rams organization. And as long as he's around, this team will continue to remain competitive and successful. Now back to the Stafford situation. News came out earlier this week that he is looking to make, on average, $50 million per year, which would put him among the top 10 highest paid quarterbacks in the NFL. And currently, he is only scheduled to make $27 million in the 2025 season. And let's be real, Matthew Stafford is still, even at his age, a consensus top 10 quarterback. So he deserves to make that kind of money, considering the fact that worse QBs than him, like Tua, Trevor Lawrence, Jared Goff, etc., are all making more than $50 million per season. So I completely understand Matthew Stafford wanting to be fairly compensated. And while Sean McVay indicated on this podcast that the Rams are trying to figure out, well, how much longer does Matthew Stafford actually want to continue playing for? Is it just in the 2025 season, or is it beyond that? And they are also trying to figure out, well, how much longer do they think Matthew Stafford will continue to play at an elite level? Will he start to show drastic declines this season, or will he continue to crush it? Essentially, they're weighing the pros and cons of everything in the short term. But as a reminder, Sean McVay made it clear multiple times on this podcast that they want Matthew Stafford to remain the Rams quarterback. They are just trying to make calculated decisions on both the short-term and long-term success of this team, and I completely understand that. After listening to this episode in full, I am confident that both Matthew Stafford and the Rams organization are doing everything they possibly can to get on common ground and keep this great thing that they have continuing moving forward. Time will tell, though, how this all unfolds. One more thing before I go. Sean McVay was honest on this podcast and admitted to the fact that he handled the divorce with Jared Goff back in 2021 extremely poorly. And I admire him for being honest about that. That's what great leaders do. Acknowledge their mistakes, take responsibility, and do things to improve upon them moving forward. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on all this. And as always, go Rams.